guys, back at it again with another video, testing out me a little in-car setup. Can get some driving videos going. I used to want to do a bunch of driving videos back in the day, but lacked the inspiration. Honestly, Shinobi doesn't like bikers, motorcyclists, or bicycles. He's not down. Yeah, it was really just my old area, honestly. I did not like where I lived. It wasn't fun to roll around. The only good spot, or the only good thing about the spot that I used to live, was it was kind of in the middle of everything in the Bay Area. So though there was nothing really going on there, I was able to get to places that I wanted to. And now that I'm here in the South Bay, I don't know, I'm just out in the cut. I'm not even really in the South Bay. I'm like out in the South Bay and off to the side. So yeah, I'm in the cuts now. It's like a really nice area, and it's fun to drive around. Honestly, there was just like a bunch of little things. I mean, it wasn't just like who was around in my area driving around next to me, which was a bunch of knuckleheads a lot of the time, but also just the roads in general. Just potholes like crazy. It's like there hasn't been, we didn't add that many more roads in the Bay Area, but yet there's more people that live here paying tax money, so why the hell aren't the roads fixed, man? Like, it's kind of ridiculous. My buddy was saying he's gotten to the point now where he judges the status of a city by the roads, and it's like, and it's kind of true. I moved over here now, and all the roads are all super nice. I'm not just like dodging potholes left and right. And this thing is not really set up to hit bumps at all right now. Taking it. Yeah. Those Nitto NT05s, dude. Overkill. Yeah, I'm using the TN Advanced coilovers still. And like, they ride well when they're at the preferred ride height, but because they only went so low, and they ended up not going as low as I wanted. And I don't know, with this car, it's like, it's all about the aesthetic, you know? It's like an art project. So yeah, I was mad it wasn't going as low as I wanted, so I lowered it beyond the point. I knew he was gonna get mad at this guy, dude. Shinobi. So I lowered it beyond the point of where it's supposed to be, and now it just bumps around a whole bunch. Shinobi. I don't know what it is about bikes, man. Shinobi's not down. So yeah, as long as nothing is like upsetting the inertia or the stability of the car, I can go around corners super quick though. She's stiff as hell and got good rubber on her. Yeah, so let me know if you guys are feeling this format. I'm thinking about doing some in-car stuff, talk to you guys, drive around. This is a tester video. I don't know if I'm gonna upload this video or not. I'm just checking out the audio, getting different things together to see how it sounds. Dang, dude. People are crazy. Oh, that's not a cop. I was like, damn, people are down to drive super quick next to this cop, but nope. Yeah, it's cool living in an area where you got like one of the oldest cars driving around. It's funny because this car is so old that high school students around here aren't even driving shit like this. They have cars that are much nicer. So driving this car around this area is like a little bit of a statement, because there's no one over here doing this badly. But hey, what the fuck, dude? This ain't even bad. This is sick. I love driving this car so much. It's little, but not too little. It holds its weight. I think it's weighing in at around 2,700 pounds. About as much as a Del Sol, believe it or not. Goes to show you how heavy Del Sols are. They have that second firewall in the back where the rear window goes up and down. So yeah, that's the kind of the problem with that car. It's just a little too heavy. A little too heavy and a little too flexy. I don't mean to bag on it. That's where I came from. But you know, people always tell you what's wrong with that chassis, and you're always trying to battle it, you know, as far as like chassis rigidity and it being slow. So you put a bigger motor in it, you do a bunch of chassis reinforcement, but man, you don't really got nothing on this, man. This car is real rigid. Real rigid. Of course, this one is a LX. No sunroof here, so little tiny bit extra weight and a little extra weight away from, you know, top of the car, which is nice. But yeah, having powered steering in a car in this generation is pretty damn awesome. I'm used to driving Civics, and Civics don't really need power steering, or most of them don't have them unless you have like a kind of a newer one. But from this generation, they didn't really have power steering. You know, CRXs and Del Sols, anything single cam, pretty much. And to have this car have power steering, like, and it being like that old school power steering where you can feel everything still, you know, but making it a little bit easier to drive, it's awesome. It feels cool. It's like you're living as luxurious as as you can live with this type of era and this type of design. I mean, you could get like a Vigor or a Legend, and that just takes it to 11. But if you want a Honda badge and you kind of going for a little bit more of a minimalist, you know, manual seats and stuff, this is the one. I was talking to my buddy about how the car market is super crazy. I know you guys know how everything is just worth so freaking much all of a sudden. And I mean, there's a lot of reasons why that's the case. But I was talking to my girlfriend a little bit ago, and she was telling me it's the same thing with her hobbies. And I think it's actually COVID. I think it's COVID, and then people not wanting to go back and work for the man and doing their own things. I think people leaned in super hard into their hobbies in the last year, and I think, you know, Honda's is one of them too. I know that's what happened to me. I bought this car off of like somewhat necessity, and also like just trying to figure out what my end game little daily shit box would be, right? So I get this car, and honestly, like, I knew later down the line I would want to do stuff to it, but now I'm starting to think, like, you know, even if I'm not going to be installing parts tomorrow, I might want to consider starting to collect a couple more things. The B-Series market is desolate as hell right now, and K-Series is starting to go that way, especially now that it's not just Honda's taking the motors. Now you got other makes and models taking the K-Series because they know what's up. But I think H-Series might be on its way too, and this car uses the H-Series. That's the car you drop into this. It's like almost a direct bolt-in, yeah, makes sense too. This is the F22 2.2 liter single cam. I think the H22 or even H23 would be like the dual overhead cam equivalent. So I'm gonna probably either go two routes. I'm either gonna go all motor again. I always go all motor, that's my thing, unfortunately or fortunately. I might go all motor H22 from a 5th gen Prelude and rock that. Or go boost. And I have not personally owned a turboed Honda, and this would be a sick ass Honda to turbo. So I'm thinking possibly do a turbo H build. That would be cool. And I think prices aren't too ridiculous for all that. I think I can do an H swap for like, geez, 5 or 6K. Like, pretty nice swap too. So I think I'll maybe head that direction. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm thinking about just picking up parts first and maybe just sitting on them until I get to that stage. Because right now, I don't really see myself swapping it yet. I got this car so young. It's only at 148,000 miles still. And it's this car, you know? Like, yeah, it would be rough. I don't think I would want to swap it yet. It's running super well. So yeah, I don't know. Used car market's crazy. Just doing a big loop-de-loop here. Forgive the suspension knocking. I'm trying to go super smooth so it doesn't showcase that little rubby. I'll have to rub super hard right here. We'll ring it out. We're in the third. About 4.5 right here. Ah, here we go. She gets it. I don't like taking her all the way to red line. It does have 31-year-old piston rings in it after all. Now, for some reason, I would say around $6,000. This thing redlines at around 63-ish. I would say around $6,000. It starts to peak. You kind of feel it. Doesn't want to go anywhere else, so it's about time to shift anyways. Plus, I like to overfill my car's oil just a tad bit, just to combat any kind of bearing starvation that I might give it. Because I do rip this thing pretty hard through the canyons, and I'm running some pretty damn sticky tires on it. So, and this isn't a sports car, right? I mean, it is now. When you look back in time and you look at this thing, like, oh yeah, that was a fucking sports car, but it wasn't really a sports car, right? So I don't want to drive it at fucking full 10, even though it's really easy to. Oh, it looks like we got to merge here. One of the smoothest feeling gearboxes I've ever felt. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that no one drove this car hard. That's probably it. But yeah, it's your good old 5-speed Honda tranny. Hard to be mad at it. Feels great. Throws are a tiny bit long. Tiny bit of play while you're in gear. Nothing too crazy. Nothing I'm like, oh geez. But yeah, it feels good. It feels real good. Feels good to just kind of slap her around. Yeah, she's cool. OEM wheel bearings. Just coasting it neutral like it ain't nothing. Little rev matchy. She drives good, man. Still needs more suspension work before I could even think about doing a motor swap on it, honestly. I want it to feel slower. Right now the suspension is a little, still needs tuning, still feels a little rickety in places. So it still can get to the point where you're going fast enough where you're like, oh, this is fucking crazy. But yeah, I need it to feel even more in control, you know, to the point where you're like, all right, now I'm starved for more power. This car hasn't felt starved for more power. I'll let this truck merge. Alright, yeah, go ahead, buddy. It's gonna get out of your lane, let you do your thing. Third, let's go. This thing had its clutch done in 2015. Not sure what kind of clutch it is, but your guess is as good as mine. Cool. I think I hit my limit on conversational topics at the moment. So I think I'll go ahead and end it on that note. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and smash that like and subscribe button to keep me going, keep me motivated to do this shit. I would appreciate it. Yeah, let me know if you guys are liking the drive and talk. And until next time, peace out, suckers.